Good morning, dear students. As yesterday we have discussed about the electrode potential. So what is electrode potential? We may say the electrode potential is the potential difference that is developed between the electrode and its ions in the solution. Or we may also say that is it is a tendency of the electrode to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with its own solution ions. So now let's see the standard electrode potential that is being denoted by E naught. So what is standard electrode potential? When we measure the electrode potential with the standard conditions, when the conditions are standardized, the electrode potential is known as the standard electrode potential. So by convention, the potential difference when developed between the metal electrode and its solution in the unit molarity. When we are taking the solution of unit molarity, means 1 molar solution of electrolyte at 25 degrees Celsius, or you may say 298 Kelvin, is called the standard electrode potential. When we are measuring the potential difference at these particular conditions are known as standard electrode potential. As yesterday we have seen that electrode potential may be oxidation potential or reduction potential. It depends on the gain or losing tendency of electrons by the electrode. So in the similar manner, standard electrode potential would also be oxidation as well as reduction potential. So it may be known as SRP or SOP, standard reduction potential or standard oxidation potential. As if suppose we are taking the example of zinc, so zinc would be having the tendency to lose 2 electrons. In the similar manner, if it accepts electron, it will accept 2 electrons. It means the value of electrode potential would be same, but the sign would be different in case of oxidation and reduction potential. So we may say standard reduction potential would be equal to minus standard oxidation potential. It means if we are taking the example of zinc, it would be having same value for the oxidation as well as reduction potential, but the sign would be different in both the cases that we will determine later on. Now let's see, if we are to measure the standard electrode potential of any electrode, we can't measure it directly. It means we are to measure the electrode potential with respect to any reference electrode. Why it is so? Because we know that a half cell, whether it is oxidation half or the reduction half, cannot work of its own. It can only work when we connect it with other half cell, because the electron releasing or electron accepting tendency of an electrode is the only relative tendency. It is not an absolute tendency. We can't say, as we have seen yesterday also, we can't say that whether it would be reduced or oxidized. It is a relative tendency. So we can measure the standard electrode potential with the help of a reference electrode. So a reference electrode is needed to measure the electrode potential, that is known as She or NHE. She means standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode. With reference of this, we can measure the electrode potentials. So let's talk about the reference electrode. It is a gaseous electrode first. Because it is a hydrogen electrode, it is a gaseous electrode in which we are to take the electrolyte which is having the common ions. Means there must be the H ion common, because hydrogen electrode, for the hydrogen electrode common ion would be H ion. It means we are to take a acid as a electrolyte. Now to a metal we can make the electrolyte, but if we are taking hydrogen electrode, it means we are to pass hydrogen over an inert electrode. So let's see the arrangement, the apparatus in which we are to take a container in which we have taken the electrolyte of HCl. To get the condition standardized, we are to take the 1 molar concentration of HCl solution. Now we are to pass hydrogen on platinum electrode. it is a platinum wire to which we are having a platinum strip that is being coated with platinum black. That is there in a sealed glass tube, and it is further sealed in a glass tube that work like a inlet for hydrogen gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. That is the standard condition for hydrogen gas to be passed at 1 atmosphere, by which this platinum strip that is being coated with platinum black will absorb some of the hydrogen gas, and rest of would be bubbled out by the holes present on the system. So there would be the equilibrium established between the hydrogen and H ions. There would be the equilibrium established. That's why it is also known as the reversible electrode. So that is the process of how the reference electrode work. Now, by the international agreement, the standard hydrogen electrode is arbitrarily assigned a potential of exactly plus or minus 0.00 volt. Because if we are going to make it as a reference electrode, there must be the value of electrode potential that is being known. So now, by the IUPAC system, the value is arbitrarily fixed as 0.00 volt, with respect of which we can measure the electrode potential of any other electrode. That is not a exactly calculated value. Arbitrarily, that is being fixed. So this reference electrode can work like a cathode as well as a anode. Means it can be oxidized as well as reduced. When it work like a anode, oxidation would be taken place. Hydrogen, after de-electronation, will move towards the solution in the form of H ion, and when it work like a cathode, the hydrogen ion from the solution being reduced to form hydrogen gas. Now let's see the representation of the cell. Because in the cell we are to write the metal first. So here, as it is having the inert electrode of platinum, so we are to mention platinum here, comma, hydrogen. When it here we are able to see when it work like a anode, we are able to write it like this: hydrogen gas being oxidized to H ion and its concentration. Here we maybe write aqueous also. Now let's see how to measure the electrode potential of any other electrode with respect to hydrogen electrode. So for this, what we are to do, we are to prepare a voltaic cell by setting up one of the electrode as She. So we are able to see a cell is set up in which one of the electrode is She. So we are to take She as one electrode and another electrode, that is the investigatory electrode, you may say, to which we are to calculate the electrode potential. Suppose I have taken the example of zinc. We are to determine the SEP of zinc to zinc ion electrode. Means we are to calculate the standard electrode potential of zinc with respect to hydrogen electrode, because we know the value of electrode potential of hydrogen, that is fixed. So now we are to take zinc in zinc sulfate solution. Its molar concentration would be 1 m, and it is being connected to the She in the similar manner as we have discussed, that we are to provide hydrogen gas at 1 atmospheric pressure to the seal tube by the inlet. Some of the amount would be absorbed by the platinum black and rest of would be bubbled out. 1 m HCl solution is to be taken as the electrolytic solution. It is being connected with the salt bridge to maintain the electrical neutrality and to complete the circuit also. The temperature is to be maintained as 298 Kelvin. It is being connected by the voltmeter, and now the electron will flow from anode to cathode as we know, and the current would be flow from cathode to anode in the cell. Now how we would be able to know whether it is working like a anode or a cathode? It is being told by the deflection of the voltmeter. We'll see the deflection of the voltmeter would tell us the direction of the current flow. So when we'll see the deflection toward a particular electrode, we would be able to know that it is working like a cathode or a anode. When we, in this case, as we are able to see the deflection of the voltmeter is toward the zinc, it means the current is flowing from hydrogen to zinc. It means hydrogen is working like a cathode and zinc is working like a anode here. So let's see, a cell is set up in which one of the electrodes is She, and by measuring EMF of the cell, we would be getting the reading that would be the EMF of the cell. And yesterday we have discussed that EMF of the cell is equal to E oxidation plus E reduction. So electrode potential of investigatory electrode can be measured with respect to hydrogen electrode, as electrode potential of hydrogen electrode is 0.00 volt. So now we can apply the formula and can calculate the electrode potential for zinc or the reduction potential of zinc also. Now let's see, deflection of voltmeter indicate the current is flowing from hydrogen to zinc, that we have seen. It means zinc act as anode and hydrogen electrode act as cathode. We will apply the formula. As we notice, the reading is 0.76 in the voltmeter, so that is the EMF of the cell, and we are to calculate the value of zinc electrode. It is working like a anode. It means we are to calculate the oxidation potential plus reduction potential. We may put 0.00 volt because, as I have told you, that is the arbitrary value that is being fixed for the hydrogen electrode, whether it is working like a anode or a cathode. So we are able to see that E oxidation in this case is 0.76 volt. It means the oxidation potential of zinc is 0.76 volt. Now, as in the electrochemical series, we are able to see that we have been given the standard reduction potential. By the IUPAC convention, we may say the electrode potential is the reduction potential till the time we would not be told it is a oxidation potential. So we may also calculate the reduction potential in the case, and we will see, as I have told you, that the reduction potential and oxidation potential are the same values, only the change would be there in the sign. So let's check whether it is so or not. So we know from class 11th we have studied the voltaic cell, we know each and everything. So we also know that we apply the formula E naught cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode, and in the case we use the reduction potentials only, E cathode minus E anode. Now we know the EMF of the cell is having the same value, 0.76. Now E naught of cathode means electrode potential at cathode, which is working like a cathode. We know that hydrogen is working like a cathode here. So here we are having the value as 0. What we are to calculate? We are to calculate the E naught at anode, means reduction potential that work like a anode. So E anode would be minus 0.76. Here we are having the negative value. If we move it here, so the value would be negative. It means we have proved that the oxidation potential and reduction potential are same values, but the sign are different. And now if we want to represent this cell, then as I have told you earlier also, that during the cell representation we are to write down the anode part first. So which is working like a anode? Zinc is working like a anode. So zinc, single vertical line, zinc ion, means oxidation is taking place here. That is a aqueous solution, means ions are there. 1 molar is the concentration. Double vertical line means salt bridge. 2H ion means reduction is taking place here. It means we are discussing about the cathode part. 2H ion aqueous, 1 molar concentration, 2 hydrogen gas, and platinum as an inert electrode here. Now let's see the second example. The second example is of determination of standard electrode potential of copper to copper ion. So it means we are talking about the oxidation potential in the case. So we will see the oxidation as well as the reduction potential. We may see both or the reduction potential, as in the electrochemical series we have been given the reduction potential. So again we will make the setup in the similar manner. and again we will see the value of the voltmeter that would tell us the EMF of the cell, and we will see the deflection of the voltmeter. When we see the deflection of the voltmeter, that indicates that current is flowing from copper electrode to hydrogen electrode. When we are seeing the current is flowing from copper electrode to hydrogen electrode, means current flow from cathode to anode. It means we may say that copper electrode is acting as a cathode and hydrogen electrode is acting as a anode here. So again we will apply the same formula as we have discussed yesterday, that E naught cell is equal to E oxidation plus E reduction. The value is showing as 0.34. Oxidation is happening is of hydrogen electrode. The value is fixed 0 volt. E reduction we can calculate. Means the value of E naught cathode we can calculate as 0.34 volt. It means copper's reduction potential is 0.34 volt. In the similar manner, as we use this formula, E naught cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. Here we only use the reduction potential. From class 11th we are studying this. So the value of E naught cell is 0.34. E cathode we are to calculate because the copper is working like a cathode. The value of E anode means reduction potential of hydrogen is fixed as 0. So again we have calculated that E reduction would be 0.34 volt. And if we are to calculate the E oxidation, that would be having the same value with the negative sign. Now let's see the cell representation. First we are to write down the anode part, and here the anode is hydrogen electrode. So we'll write it, the oxidation of hydrogen gas, platinum, it is an electrode working in it. Hydrogen gas converted into H ion means hydrogen is converted into H ion and moving in the HCl solution having the 1 m concentration, and copper afterwards salt bridge. Thereafter copper ion to copper means copper is getting reduced in the case. Now as I have told you, the by IUPAC convention all the electrode potential is considered to be the reduction potential, and oxidation potential is just the reverse of the reduction potential. So we may write reduction potential is equal to minus oxidation potential. That we have calculated the oxidation potential of zinc is 0.76. So its reduction potential would be minus 0.76. Now let's see, as we are talking the EMF of the cell, What is the EMF of the cell? In a galvanic cell, due to difference in the electrode potential. We know there is a difference in the electrode potential develops. That's why the current moves from one electrode to another. That is from the higher potential to the lower potential. It means from cathode to the anode. Must be clear, in a galvanic cell, due to the difference in the electrode potential, the current moves from the higher potential to the lower potential, and always the higher potential there from the cathode to the anode. So we may say the difference in the potential of two half cell is known as the EMF of the cell or the cell potential. Now we are having three formulas by which we can calculate the EMF of the cell. Let's see. The first one, as I have told you, E naught cell is equal to E naught of oxidation plus E naught of reduction. Here we are to write down the value of oxidation potential, and here we are to write down the value of reduction potential. It means when oxidation potential and reduction potential are taken in the account, we have to put both the values. Oxidation potential of the electrode on which oxidation is taking place, reduction potential of the electrode on which reduction is taken place, means E anode plus E cathode you also write. Now the second and most important formula on which I say you must be focused on this value, because in the electrochemical series we are having only the standard reduction potential. So in the questions you would be given the reduction potential and the formula. In the formula you are to write down the value only. So E naught cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. In this formula you are to write down the standard reduction potential only. So only reduction potential is taken in the account. Only reduction potential. You have to put the values of reduction potential given in the formulas, in the questions, and you would be able to calculate E naught cell. What you must be knowing? You must be knowing only that in the cell which is working like a cathode, it means on which the reduction is taking place, and which is working like a anode. You have to put the reduction potential only of that particular electrodes. The third formula is E naught cell is equal to E oxidation minus E naught of oxidation. Now here we are to write only oxidation potential. Here we are to only write oxidation potential of anode minus cathode. Here to cathode minus anode, but here to anode minus cathode. So there are three ways by which we can calculate the E naught of the cell. But I again say we must prefer this formula, because in the questions we are given only the reduction potential. If we will use this and this formula, we have to convert that reduction potential into oxidation potential by changing the sign. That we are to remember. And many times the students forget to change the sign, and the answer would be wrong. So I emphasize that we must use this formula to calculate the E naught of the cell again. So tomorrow we will discuss about the electrochemical series. We will learn the electrochemical series. We will see the difference in the EMF of the cell and the potential difference. We will see the difference in the electrolytic cell and the galvanic cell. Thank you.